what it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Let's talk some boxing. Hopefully everybody checked out the live stream we did yesterday. We had some really good live streams in a row, man. So keep supporting me on the live streams. Keep supporting me on the videos. Make sure you thumbs up the video. Share the video. And just because you missed the live don't mean you can't watch the replay. So it don't matter to me if you watch somebody else live and come back and watch mine. Don't care. But at the end of the day, we're going to talk a little bit about Stephen Fulton and Leo falling out. In a replacement and kind of some things that came up about Fulton lifestyle before that fight happened. But I was going to do a prediction video on that today, and somebody broke the news during my live stream that it was off, that Fulton announced that he had the COVID-19. Let's talk about Crawford and Kell Brook. Apparently, Kell Brook has come back to the table with Bob Arum about fighting in the fall. Like I told you guys, Kell Brook was still a possibility of fighting Terrence. I don't see Pacquiao fighting Terrence in November. And people might, oh, you a hater, you hating. I'm just a realist. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see that fight happening. He didn't want to fight Errol Spence before the car accident, and then Errol got into a car accident, then he wanted to fight. So you're not going to fight Terrence Crawford. He didn't fight Terrence Crawford when Crawford was at 40. He didn't fight Crawford when they was on the same promotional company. Unless something happened to Mikey Garcia, where Garcia priced himself out, or Bob can come up with some money to make the fight happen, and Bob ain't even coming up with no money to make no fight with no black person happening at all. So unless Crawford can go to Warren Buffett to put the money up or somebody else, Bob Arum ain't never look to take no extra money out of his pocket to make no black fight versus no Filipino, black versus black, especially black and white. He wouldn't even make Cuban versus Dominican with Juan Lopez and Yuriorkis Gamboa. So Bob Arum ain't never looked to make dig in his pockets for people of color. And neither has motherfucking none of the other promoters, man. They ain't trying to pay these brothers top dollar to fight each other. That's why AJ and Wilder didn't happen. So that's just been boxing as a whole. They want to make the Mexican versus Puerto Ricans, Puerto Ricans versus Puerto Ricans, Mexican versus Mexican, or white versus black, black versus Mexican, white versus Mexican, black versus Puerto Rican. They don't believe it's a narrative that black people ain't gonna buy the fight and black fighters don't sell. So that is what it is. So if you want to buy into that narrative, you can buy into it. If you don't, like me, it is what it is. It's just another excuse not to be able to let us shine and let us have a black event, because they don't want all them niggas at motherfucking Vegas. And Al Heyman and them don't want to do no fighting in Atlanta because they don't know Atlanta. They don't think people gonna buy and sell in Atlanta, But he don't have no problem buying a whole bunch of Leo Santa Cruz tickets, you know what I'm saying, or pricing them down to 30 a pop. So, they don't want to do no fights in DC and Atlanta for real. They want to keep Vegas, New York, Texas, California. They want to keep the places where the Hispanics are at, or the Puerto Ricans and the Mexicans are at. And that's just the God honest truth about the whole program, man. You got a black man, Al Heyman, who put all this money behind, Leo Santa Cruz. He, do this, that, and the third. But he won't put no money behind two brothers. But, hey, that is what it is on that point. But with Kell Brook and Terrence Crawford, at the end of the day, I was reading it on Boxing 24. But somebody sent it to me first about the news that Bob said it. And that publication is just terrible. Like, you just got to wonder, like, they be like, oh, it's a risky fight for Crawford, and after Crawford beat him, then they're going to diminish what Crawford did. Like, what did Crawford do to make people hate him that bad? I got to know. Him, Wilder, Clarissa. I mean, I can see it with Jermell Charlo. You know what I'm saying? How aggressive he is with the media, how angry he is. I can get it if you say, man, I can't fuck with him. But I'm just trying to understand. Because a dude won't give you an interview, but it's the same people that's interviewing people but support what Marshawn Lynch didn't want to interview with the NFL and the National Football League media. I just here talking so I won't get fined. So I just never understood, just because somebody won't give you an interview, give you access, you hate them. I don't give a hell. But you got to remember too, a lot of these dudes live off interviews and shit. It's some motherfucking channels that's doing bad. They used to do 100,000 millions of views in the box community. And now they ain't doing no views. They views looking horrible for their subs. 700, 500,000, 800,000 subs, 54,000 subs, and ain't shit shaking. And this is why you don't put your eggs in one basket. That's why I just never got into interviewing. Everybody could talk about, oh, I got more subs than you, this, that. I ain't never had nobody co-sign, bro. I got one interview, and that's with Tyson Fury trainer Sugar Hill a long time ago. Now, I ain't had no interviews with nobody on here really. I ain't had nobody prominent. So everybody getting interviews and sitting down interviewing, going to the fight. If I went to the fight, I'd probably have 1 million subs. But I just don't want to do it. But as far as with Crawford and Kell Brook, I told you, they still was negotiating. Bob just revealed that Pacquiao fight ain't happening. It's either Crawford move up, fight Teixeira, which I'll talk about that in a minute, or fight Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? But quite frankly, he gonna punish Kell Brook. I don't know why would you put that on pay-per-view. They put it on pay-per-view. Obviously, I'm not paying for it. If they fight on regular TV, I'll watch it. But remember the Kell Brook crew, you know what I'm saying, was saying, oh, Kell Brook, Crawford ducking Kell Brook. And then when they thought the fight was signed, oh, man, Crawford gonna kill Kell Brook. Kell Brook is washed. Then when the fight didn't happen, oh, Bob ain't got the money. He ducking Kell Brook. So y'all know what it is, man. I just like to see some of these dudes keep that energy in Crawford and his team presence. You know what I'm saying? I like to see they keep that energy, man. All that stuff y'all talking and instigating, like when you see him, let him know about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let him know how you truly feel when you see him in the street. But you know how it's going to be. It's going to be buddy-buddy. It's like when y'all boy Frederica ran into Bomac and he said he got Spence fanboy pants on and he bitched up and started laughing. And like, come on, man. Y'all know what it is. They won't keep that same energy. And we know what's going to happen to Kell Brook. See, there are a couple ways he can go. He can take a beating for 12 rounds. He can end up on his back. He can end up on his face. It don't matter. It's going to get diminished however he do. When Derek James, that's the best possible opponent that he can fight. That's the best opponent he'll fight right now. He ain't fought him. It is what it is. The same person the Errol Spence fight, Danny Garcia, ducked Victor Postal. So, and he emasculated Victor Postal, stripped him of all his masculinity in front of everybody. And a lot of people was picking Postal to beat him, and then they moved the bar again. And so what's heartbreaking about it is you got a group of black people that's supposed to be pro-black, and they supposed to be pushing this great message for black people, and they supposed to be galvanizing the black community, but they split it up over Earl Spencer Crawford, and then don't even want to be objective about it. Don't. We know who don't want to fight who. We know it. We see it. We see it every day over there. They can't even make fights on their side of the street. So he beat Kell Brook. It is what it is. Or Earl did it first. But hey, when Earl did it, Triple G did it first. He came off an injury and he came down 13 pounds. In this scenario, he coming down 7 pounds. And everybody gonna be crossing their fingers that he beat up on Terrence Crawford. But we all know what's gonna happen if they do fight. So if he do fight Patrick Teixeira, I think the question is, can he simultaneously hold the welterweight WBO and the 54-pound WBO? And I don't think that can happen. So if he can't hold both belts, I think Floyd did it with the WBA. He defended the WBA welterweight and 54-pound on the same night versus Marcos Madonna, if my memory serves me correctly. But that's the WBA. We talk about the WBO. So it's a little bit different right there, man. So with Patrick Teixeira, I don't think he can hold both belts. And if he let the 47-pound belt go, watch how quick PBC pick it up and try to run it back over to Errol Spencer, Manny Pacquiao. We know how that's going to go. So people hoping he get the Pacquiao fight. I know that's not going to happen. I think we all know it's not going to happen. Pacquiao ain't want to fight, Cotto at 47 without draining him. He ain't want to fight De La Hoya at 54 without draining him. He ain't want to fight Margarito at 54 without draining him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't want to fight Ricky Hatton till Floyd beat that ass. So we could talk again. He drained Morales in the second fight. He's come with every fucking advantage in his career. You know what I'm saying? People don't talk about how Manny Pacquiao was catch weighting and draining motherfuckers, and all that stuff and beating up on him. He getting full credit. But Mayweather do it 1 or 2 times. He don't get no credit. So, like I said before, man, boxing is always going to be about race. You know what I'm saying? That's just going to be about until the promoter stops seeing race and start making the best fights. They're going to continue to, slip and fall, and they ain't going to get up. DMX got up. They won't get up. So, that is what it is on that point. So, I don't know why Kell Brook coming to the table now. Maybe ain't no money in the Liam Smith fight. But he act like he want to fight, but Kell Brook don't want to fight. So if he take the fight, I'll be surprised because he pulled out versus Jaime. You know what I'm saying? He pulled out a lot of times versus different dudes, man. And if he take the fight, I'll be surprised. But other than that, that is what it is, man. But to continue on, Stephen Fulton, the Philadelphia fighter, tested positive for COVID-19. So his fight with Angela Leo was off. So Tremaine Williams, mighty midget from New Haven, Connecticut, will be taking on Angelo Leo for the WBO title. And some people think Tremaine Williams is better than Fulton. I've never seen Williams fight a day in my life. I've seen Leo fight, a little bit of tape on him. So I've really never seen him fight live as well. So like I said before, everybody counting their chickens before they hatch in the PBC fanboy community. Oh, look at the schedule. But it's a reason why Bob Arum couldn't put the best fights on in June and July. It's because COVID was running rapid, and it's still running rapid. So y'all think y'all about to get these fights, and these fighters gonna test positive. You got injuries. You got guys that may not make weight and call out with injuries. So he tested positive, and then the testing is not even 100%. A lot of times it's false negatives and false positives. So, a lot of these people, thinking that, the schedule going to happen, and they going through the same, they already started to hit the same turbulence that Bob did. Bob had straight main events, and the COVID is the reason they couldn't have these main events. Coaches falling out, fighters falling out again. So what you got to understand is what I've been trying to articulate to the fans in the beginning is that you can't make the best fights because of the COVID virus. We're going to get this fight, that fight. It's going to be way more fights that fall out. So they got to have great main events. They got to have great co-main events. And they got to have replacements ready to step up. So, like I said before, but the thing about Stephen Fulton was somebody put up a picture of him on Instagram that he was at this food or this smoothie truck holding up a whole bunch of money celebrating his birthday without a mask on. So he, at the end of the day, you got a world championship fight, your first title fight, and celebrate your birthday with a whole bunch of money without a mask on was fucking worth this fight. You deserve to get what you gonna get. I like him, he can fight, but it was just idiotic. You know what I'm saying? People be celebrating their birthday like they fucking 6 years old again. If you got a job to do, you feel what I'm saying? And money on the line and world title and status on the line, and you out here celebrating your birthday without no mask on and flashing money and shit, man, you's a dumb nigga. Straight up and down. I don't give a fuck how old you is. You only turned 21 twice once or 25 once, man. You's a fool. You supposed to be masked up, only going places you need to go. The gym, the grocery store, home, nigga. That's it. Walk the dogs maybe, home. So it's not known if he got the COVID that day, but it don't look good when you out there celebrating your birthday at a food truck with no mask on outside. So in Philly, it's a compact city. Everything is smushed together too. So I mean, it is what it is. He deserved to get what he got. Not wearing gloves, not wearing this mask. There's gonna be a lot of fighters out here too, who out there don't care about the COVID, think they can't get it, and you out there partying and living that life, and you ain't, you gonna get it. It's gonna be a lot more fights that fall out, man. It is what it is. UFC's experienced it. ESPN Top Rank experienced it. DAZN will experience, and PBC was experienced. And the testing is not 100%, but people won't understand what I'm saying. People want to talk about, this schedule is phenomenal, and then you're gonna have dudes that get the virus. You got guys that's coming into your camp that you gotta put all of them in a bubble. You gotta test them a few times. Put them in the bubble. Y'all all train together, eat together, stay in the same headquarters together, and then you gotta hope and pray that everybody in that bubble is disciplined enough not to leave, not to go try to be with their significant other, not to bolt, and don't bring it back. And you gotta do this for 8 weeks. You feel me? You gotta do this for 8 weeks. Who disciplined enough to do that for 8 weeks? I mean, it is what it is, man. So until this thing kind of blow over, I mean, we are in the position that we are in with it. So it's going to be a lot more fights get canceled. It's going to be a lot of more sports guys or athletes that get this stuff. But Angelo Leo and Tremaine Williams, what I understand, is still not a bad fight. You know what I'm saying? The winner has to fight Fulton. For everything I understand, it's a really good fight. Some people think the mighty Mitchell Tremaine Williams is better than Fulton. Neither one of them got a lot of knockouts, so I wouldn't expect a knockout in this fight. But one man's trash is another man's treasure, and where Fulton dropped the ball at, Williams gonna have an opportunity to get a world championship fight. So I ain't gonna do no prediction. I just watched the fight. I'm very interested. I know UFC got a good fight card on this weekend as well. And boxing gonna continue to go up against the UFC. Tank fighting October 24th. So is Khabib and Justin Gatchett, whatever his name is. And they put Tank on pay-per-view, and Tank gonna get slaughtered, and we know that. They talking about that might be one of the best fights in UFC history, and the card gonna be better than Tank card. You know, to be honest, they could put Tank shit on CBS or Showtime, and it still won't do the numbers that it's going to do on pay-per-view on UFC. So it is what it is. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All my social media links in the description. If you got business, question, query, sponsorship, video requests, keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel, share the videos the best way. Subscribe, bell icon button, comment. But my Cash App is CJGood313. That's in the description, and my PayPal link there as well. One time for the one time. But share the video for your boy. It's the best donation. We gone.